Hey YouTube, what goes on? And welcome to Disavowed Action Figures live at 7:05. Here we are in the house. So excited to have everybody here tonight for another fun, good show, hopefully. Just pretty much pumped up. Hang on one second here. Just going to double check something over here in the toy cam. Just give me a second, please. And just getting set up properly. So how is everybody doing tonight? Hope you're having a good evening. If you're on the East Coast, then you know it's definitely a weird scenario going on right now that we have some Canadian smoke working its way through here. Very not pleasant. A lot of smoke here in Pennsylvania right now. I took some video to put in my next toy in video, just kind of show people what it's like right now here. But it's rather intense. So essentially, I guess there's wildfires in Canada. All that smoke is just working its way down here to the United States into our section. It is definitely crazy. So now that the weather report's over, so what do you want to talk about, folks? There is a lot of toy news going on this week. It has been an absolutely insane toy week. You know, if you frequent the channel, I'm not always necessarily religiously on every Wednesday night like I used to be. However, the last 2 weeks, just so much going on. I had to hop on here, talk to everybody. G.I. Joe Classified, holy smokes, right? Freaking Haslab blew their way right to 10,000 already. It's nuts. So definitely got to talk about that tonight. We'll get to that rather quickly. We're not going to bury the lead. New Marvel Legends wave hit this week. There's new figures hitting stores. As always, there's different places you can check, you know, weird little random stores and outlet stores and things to find some cheaper, older figures at a good price. It's been a crazy toy week, everybody. So let's try to navigate that together a little bit tonight here on 7:05. Before we do that, just a couple of channel updates, basically. We will be continuing the X-Files tomorrow night. We will have another special guest. We'll be analyzing episode 6 of the X-Men animated series. And if you're unfamiliar, the X-Files is basically a live stream we do every week, usually Wednesdays or Thursdays, depending on our guest schedule, where we basically go back as a group and we're rewatching X-Men the animated series from episode 1 all the way to the end in anticipation and excitement for X-Men 97, the upcoming Disney Plus successor or sequel series to X-Men the animated series. So it's a lot of fun. We cut up the episode. It's a very professional looking Google Slides doc that I do basically share screen grabs. Every week, a rotating special guest comes on with me. We discuss the episode, go through it basically more or less plot point by plot point. So if you never saw that show, you'll be better prepared for when X-Men 97 comes out, because it is, again, a continuation, a sequel series. Or if you want to go back and rewatch it with us every week, check it out. Hop on Disney Plus or hop on YouTube, God forbid it's pirated, and watch X-Men the Animated Series, episode 6 this week. This is the week where Wolverine and Sabretooth go at it, and Wolverine kind of joins like an Alaskan, Aleutian, Canadian fishing town. It's a very interesting episode. A lot of fun. But yeah, come hang out tomorrow night. We will be on around 7:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's see who's in the chat tonight and say hello to everybody. And then we're going to get right into the toy news because, again, freaking G.I. Joe Classified Haslab, Dragonfly, insane, right? We got to talk about whether we're going to spend our money or not, or if you've spent your money already, or if you're trying to decide what you want to do. So just say hello in the chat, then we'll jump over. As always, we have the toy cam going over there. I do some topical figures out tonight. I'm not going to be unboxing anything new, although technically I did unbox that Snake Eyes and Timber about 25 minutes ago because I never opened it. I want it on camera tonight. So just some topical figures for our topics this evening. First in the chat, Four Feathers is here. What's going on, sir? Hope you had a great Pokemon group with your daughter. Hope that was a fun meetup. Greg is in the house. What's going on, Greg? Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on the G.I. Joe Classified Dragonfly. He says, Disavowed is so behind. That's not the SCCC ALF. I know, man. I'm waiting to find it in Aldi's, right? I got to find it in Aldi's. Four Brother says, yeah, man, the smoke is crazy and the haze is almost past apocalyptic. Dude, it's like a combination of what looks like on Mars and Blade Runner around here. It's nuts. I watched the time-lapse video of New York City earlier in the day, and it was literally looked like it was on Mars. It was freaking insane. I can't get over it. This happened a few years ago with a California wildfire. But this is next level stuff, man. Ekwan is here. What's going on, man? How you doing, sir? Nice to see you in the house. Let's see here. Greg also added another comment. Greg said, totally awesome Hulk wave, Dragonfly, Blizzard signs, McFarlane for Diablo and Warcraft, SDC out. I know, dude. It's been nuts. I tried to keep the channel, the stream, the things that I collect, to not get too down the rabbit hole because so much came out this week. Hey, Lucas, what's going on, man? How are you doing, sir? He's in the house. It's Vanderpump Wednesday. AZ Toy Hunters Guild in the house. How's it going, man? Thanks for being here and stopping by. Always nice to see you here. Braden's in the house. How you doing, Braden? What's up, man? Hope you're having a good night as well. Sorry, the chat just jumped on me. So many people hopping in here, guys. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. There's Braden's chat. He says, hey, Disavowed. Hey, man, what's going on? Andre's in the house. What's going on, Andre, sir? How are you, man? Toy news. Dude, it's a toy news freaking avalanche this week. It's insane what's going on right now. AZ Toyner says, hunting for the new TMNT everything. Dude, if you're a TMNT collector, there's always something new on the shelves for TMNT. I just saw the April O'Neil Best Action Loyal Subjects figure this past week hitting stores. The Retro 5-inch Wave is hitting Walmarts again with Splinter and Baxter stock and so much going on. You know what? The room is felt like a whole lot more jerky. Hey, Yo Joe Jerks in the house. What's going on, man? How you doing, sir? Killing it as always with those G.I. Joe classified freaking breakdowns and hauls. Jesse's in the house. Hey, what's going on, Jesse? How you doing, man? What is going on? I think we're caught up. I think we're caught up with everybody saying hello. So as usual, everybody, feel free to talk it up in the chat. We still got some more people coming in here. The Man Collects is going on. What's going on, The Man Collects? How are you tonight? Thanks for stopping by live at 7:05. Okay, I think we're through all the main comments. Thank you, everybody, for saying hello in the chat. So I'll tell you what. We got to get in right away. We're not going to bury the lead any longer than I already have into this 7 minutes of live streaming. Holy freaking crap. They freaking did it. The crazy sons of bees did it. And they dropped on us this week the freaking Haslab for G.I. Joe Classified Operation Dragonfly. Yes, we're getting the Dragonfly helicopter. It's insane. And we'll talk about the price. You guys know I don't get too crazy with that, but I will kind of give you my opinion on it, and we'll obviously compare some other things as well as we kind of go through. Hey, Jurassic Jesse's in the house. What's up, Jess? How are you doing, sir? Thank you for stopping by, man. It's always appreciated to see you in the chat. All right, so let's get right to it here. G.I. Joe Classified Haslab. Everybody in the chat right now, put a yes, put a no, or put an IDK. Are you waiting? Are you not sure? I ran a poll over on Instagram. A lot of people are waiting to see what these different tiers are going to be. You know me, I'm cheap as hell. I'm very careful what I spend my money on. So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it, right? But I'm really looking forward to getting people's opinions. If you're all in, if you're all out, if you're waiting to see what's going to happen. I'm seeing some people already say no and pass. For they're saying that the Dragonfly is nice. I'm gonna hop on it at the last minute. You know me, I'm a last minute kind of guy. As far as these programs go, I know it's not good of me because we should be supporting. If you want it, you should support it. I get it, but I want to know everything I'm getting, and it's already funded. So the good news is, if you're a diehard classified fan, it already funded. Hit 10,000. We already knew what the first stretch goal was going to be. We'll get to all that right now. So let me pop over here, and again, if you say hello in the chat, I'll get back to you. So here it is, Operation Dragonfly. First of all, right out of the gate, $274.99. I'm not going to get into the whole conversation comparing Classified and Marvel Legends Haslabs. I'm sure the people have put ample information out there about it, but already looking at this, it is much larger than what the Ghost Rider car would have been at a much reduced price. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave you have your own thoughts. We're currently sitting at 11,520 backers. We hit 10,000 almost by early morning today. And there's still 40 freaking days, 5 hours and 17 minutes to crowdfund this thing. This is technically an army builder. It comes with a sticker tray, so you can kind of deco it out differently. All sorts of cool accessories. Obviously, Wild Bill in there as well. So much cool stuff with this. I'm not going to play the video on here for God knows how much I'll slow down my channel. But basically, as you see here, we get a plethora of items. Missiles, blast effects. It's got a crank with like a tow line, whatever you want to call it. It's freaking insane how much they packed in here. You get the stand. The stand is what really entices me for this. I know it sounds really dumb to say that, but the thing is with the stand, it gives me display options back here in the toy room, which you all know as collectors, space is always a premium. That's why I passed on that Hiss tank. So if you're new to the channel, I passed on the Hiss tank. No regret yet, because nobody's gotten it. I want to put out a very good point as well. Articulated Ninja did a great video, obviously, already about this this particular item. He's always up to speed on different things coming out. And he essentially thought that, and I agree with this, that people who are purchasing this, who already have money down for that HISS tank, it'd be nice to have the HISS tank in hand already before you're asking for more money. So I definitely agreed with that sentiment that even though I didn't order the HISS tank, for people who did, I think if I did order the HISS tank, I'd be much more hesitant to order this right now because I want something in hand first, right, to see what it's like. I'm sure the quality will be fine, but you just never know. So there's some more shots of it right here. I'm not going to go through and read every single detail about this. This picture blew my freaking mind. You know, you get the freaking outline of the person back behind. I think Toddy Mack did this with the Batmobile and the Batwing as well. Just look how large this freaking thing is, right? So that stand's definitely going to come in handy. 2.5 feet long, obviously light up displays on the inside, working rotor blades. We get the pack in right away, so they're not screwing around, making the most essential classified figure that we need to go with this. They're giving us him right away. You know, we're getting right away out of the gate. We're getting Wild Bill here, as it should be, because he's the dude usually flying this thing around, right? The main guy. So he looks great. I like the jumpsuit look. Some accessories with him as well. He will come in his own box, from what I understand. So it's going to be a numbered box. And from what I understand, every figure that will come with this will be in a numbered box, very similar to what they did what they said they're going to do over with the HISS tank. So we're going to get those different things. Jesse says, I'm holding out for a Tomahawk. Andre added, I like Cobra stuff. G.I. Joe, I could pass on. Yeah, I have a lot more Cobra figures than I do G.I. Joe. I have said that before. So that's just it. You know, that's just it. Yojo Jerk said the stand is awesome. Yeah, that's they gave you, I think, everything you'd pretty much would want in the actual original release here, not making us unlock things that we think should be in there typically, right? Brain says, oh, it does come with a pilot. I was wondering. Yeah, we do get Wild Bill in there, which is freaking awesome. Jesse says, I don't G.I. Joe, so this is a pass for me, dog. Yeah, and you know what? I obviously stay in your lane. We said it a lot on this channel, right? It's very easy when these crowdfunding things come out that people who may not even collect classified might feel pressure to buy it because they don't want to miss out. And don't ever buy something because of the fear of missing out thing. You know, it's not worth it. You know, it's your money. If you don't want to buy something, don't buy it. You know, and I think a lot of people today get worried about that and they jump all in on things. And then later on, they have something they don't want. And then they have to pass something that they do want because money's tight, right? Further said, Lucas, today was a lazy day. No home cooked food. Had to run his daughter down to Pokemon. That's awesome, man, that you're taking her down there. So again, just a lot going on with this particular release. Let's continue to kind of work our way down. So we are obviously going to get unlocks as well. They already told us the first unlock at the very beginning. Before we get to that, here are the pack-ins. 2 Creeper missiles, 2 70mm unguided rocket launchers, 2 Jester missiles, racks to hold a Jester missile, removable laser-guided stationary 160mm cannon. This thing is fully freaking stocked, right? I noticed that they're giving us all the weaponry included. I think it was the HISS tank, correct me if I'm wrong, that they like made the treads one of the unlocks, and people are like, well, not the treads, I'm sorry. It was like a part that goes with the treads, you know, as an unlock. And it was like, shouldn't that be with it naturally? This, they're giving you everything it looks like that you would want with this thing for the most part. And then the figures are the unlocks, but they're including the most essential figures. So that's what really makes this something that I'm going to consider picking up. I love getting extra figures, even though I still have to open Mr. Galactus back here. I'll get to it this summer, I promise, I think. Just so much stuff. So here is the first unlock. Wild Bill was included. So the first one we're getting is G.I. Joe Assault Copter Dragonfly. In this, the first recruit, they're calling them recruits for the pack-ins, the unlocks, is Night Force Ripcord. So obviously makes a lot of sense having a paratrooper go along with this. I believe that's what he is after reading the bio earlier. Looks good. Lots of accessories along with him. And again, he will be in a individually numbered box like all the classifieds are. So this is what they get you, right? If you're a completionist, which I am not, just to let you know that, if you're I'm not. If you're a completionist, this will drive you haywire because you have to get it, right? You need all the figures, even if you don't want the actual main event. But look at this thing. There's Lenny lined up with it. Obviously, this is not decoed with color yet. This is just like the prototype image or whatever you want to call it. but it looks freaking cool, right? Here's another closer look down here at the Ripcord figure. Again, Paratrooper. That's at 13,000 orders. We're already over 11,000. And this is an army builder, and these things always near the very end shoot up like crazy. So I really think we're getting all the unlocks with this. I'd be shocked if we did, to be perfectly honest, because if we're already almost at 13,000, again, almost at near that 13,000, near in quotations, I would think we're going to get 13,000 relatively soon, probably in the next week or so. It's just going to pile on after that, right? People are going to start to feel good about it. And the main thing with this that I'm seeing is that there's so much positive buzz right now on the internet. These programs, these Haslabs, if you haven't picked up on it already, if the internet appeal and the buzz has to be positive from the jump. If it's not, it could be a death sentence for these things, right? We've seen other Haslabs fail because it wasn't the best offering, and people made that known, which they should if they don't think it's a good product. So essentially, to me, at $274.99, $275, it's gonna be around 300 shipped. I'm much more of a yes on this than I was the Hiss Tank, just because I think you can do a lot with this, with other lines as well. When you put it on display, you don't just have to use it for G.I. Joe. I'm right away thinking of like different Wolverine movies and video games where Wolverine's on a helicopter. My brain goes right away to Captain America and Bucky Barnes on this thing, hanging out with Duke and Snake Eyes. You know, there's just a lot of things you can do with this that I think is going to be something that will pull people in, that I think is going to be an interest for people that obviously it's already funded. So it's people are interested already. Hey, Jordan, what's going on? Hey. Thanks for being here, man. It's appreciated. The Yo-Joe Jerk adds in the Hiss Tank made it to 28. Yeah, exactly, man. I was going to ask if anybody knew. 28,000. Like, this could do that too. This could do that too. All I know is that right now Hasbro and G.I. Joe are pretty happy how this worked out. I would love to know if, and I'm assuming that other projects that didn't actually fund, that was considered when it came to price with this, that Hasbro doesn't want to get a track record of their Haslabs not actually passing. I'm very curious to see, this will be a conversation for another day, what they do with Marvel Legends. Are we going to get Giant Man? Are we going to get multiple Giant Mans, like the Ultimate Giant Man and the regular classic Giant Man with some pack-in figures? I don't know. But again, obviously they want these things to succeed now. They had a bad track record there for a little while. So seeing the price be a little bit more affordable and understandable, listen to me saying $300 affordable tax, right? But essentially, I think they made a good move making this less expensive than some other things, and then really accenting what they have with it, as well as the concept that they're hitting us with all these figures with it as well. Because I don't know about you, I want figures with these things. That's what I'm looking for at Haslab. I want the base offering to be worth the money. I don't want to be told I have to wait till the end for it to actually be worth it. But if it's worth it at the beginning and all those tiers add up, then you're onto something special right there, right? Then you're feeling pretty good about your money that you're spending, putting on the table. So Andre adds, I also think it's because several months since the last Haslab project put out, people get super excited for when the next one is. Yeah, I agree for sure. Yojo Jerk says that all the tiers will unlock. Yeah, I completely agree. This might be one where they should add tiers, to be perfectly honest. So let me know in the comments. Again, everybody, I'm asking people to chime in. What are your thoughts on this thing? I'm still a wait and see. A lot of it's because of the space thing. But I think I might go in on this. I have the entire summer more or less to think about it, or at least half of the summer to think about it. I will probably end up backing this, I'll be honest. And I'll tell you if I don't. I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up your keisters. I'll let you know. But this is one where I feel like you're not getting cheated and all money taken out of it. Buy things that you like. I know with the last thing with the Ghost Rider car, people who really liked the character didn't care what it cost. They just wanted it. So if you want something and you want it in your collection, it's your money at the end of the day, right? So if this is something you like and this appeals to you, pick it up. If it's not something you like, even if you think it's a good deal, you don't spend the money if you don't want to. It's that simple, right? I know it sounds like I'm speaking common sense because that's what I'm trying to do here. So ultimately, that's my thoughts on the classified Dragonfly. It's a cool offering. I will probably do it. So let's see what some other people's thoughts are. Andre said, one Hiss Take, and I quickly realized I didn't need it and wouldn't mind going back and canceling my pre-order. Yeah, well, here's the thing, though, dude. To be honest, I don't encourage anybody to buy these as investment pieces. I know that obviously is something people might do because once that date hits, it's over, right? Once the date hits, it's over. As an investment piece, I see Galactus, I see the Sentinel at toy shows all the time for some high pie in the sky cost, and they're always there. They're always there next time I go. So only get something if you want it. But honestly, Andre, if you're having buyer's remorse on that thing and it comes in and you don't want it, I'm sure you can find somebody who's going to want to buy it off of you, at least for retail price. You know, if you offer that thing up on Facebook or Instagram or whatever for retail, you know, with shipping included, or not even meaning like whatever it's going to cost you for the retail plus the shipping at a fair price, there's going to be people who definitely want to gobble that up that missed out on it. Not to mention it might be even worth more than that. I'm not saying you have to sell for more than that. But again, I'm sure there'll be a market, especially early on, where it's a little bit more valuable than what it is early on. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Buy to enjoy it. If you're not going to enjoy something, don't put your money down on the table for it. Lucas said, of all the Haslabs, this one is the closest to being reasonably priced. Yeah, I'm pretty okay with it. I think cool if it was cheaper. If it was $250, then sure, hell yeah. I mean, anytime something's cheaper, if it's still quality, that's great. But again, this isn't bad what it's at, to me at least. And if somebody thinks it's more expensive, then that's, again, everybody's had their opinions on this. That's how this community goes. It's fine. Everybody, that's what makes it a fun hobby, is everybody has different opinions. If we all thought the same thing, it'd be boring, right? G4 says, hey, Disavowed. G4, how are you, sir? Thank you for being here, as always. All right, so those are my thoughts on the G.I. Joe Classified. Yeah, it's cool. So it's probably a buy eventually for me. All right, so let's transition out of G.I. Joe Classified into the deep, deep, deep hole that is Marvel Legends. If you didn't hear, Marvel Legends, Dan and Dwight and Ryan all did announce another new Marvel Legends wave. Obviously, we've been getting a lot of the anniversary Avengers packs recently. I think Rectangular posted over on Instagram that he thinks that right now the Doctor Doom and Monica Rambeau 2-pack is shipping. I see people, Dan Hu, and some other people as well, who already have the Spider-Man 3-pack in hand. Again, I don't know if they're overseas. It could be coming from somewhere over in Europe that they get quicker than us. I don't know. But basically, here is the what is it? Super awesome Hulk, Amadeus Cho. Is that what you call him? Like, I forget the actual name right here. But we're getting another Hulk figure. That's Amadeus Cho when he was the Hulk for a while. And we're getting an interesting mix here. So we're getting 3 of the MCU figures that go along with the upcoming Marvels film. So they did not go all in on a Marvels wave. Maybe later on we'll get more characters, in figure form for that. But we're getting Monica Rambeau. We're getting, of course, Carol Danvers. And we are getting another Ms. Marvel figure. That's why I have the original Ms. Marvel thrown up there from the Disney Plus wave. I don't know. I mean, I think it was probably smart for them not to do an entire wave based on this film. Because right now I think anticipation for most Marvel movies isn't what it normally is. And I also think that expectations for this movie may not be as great as they are for other films. Do we really need another Carol Danvers? Do you really need another Ms. Marvel? Obviously, I think that the Photon figure looks great. I really like the head sculpt on this thing. It looks wonderful. I didn't look too much at the articulation on these, to be honest, but I'm guessing they're probably pinless. That's probably part of the draw with these things, or that they're going to be pinless. I mean, she looks great. She looks really freaking cool, and I'm sure she's going to knock it out of the park in the movie. So I'm sure it's going to make people want it more when they see it on film. But again, I don't need another Carol Danvers. I definitely don't need another Ms. Marvel. I think that those 2 figures in particular are probably going to peg warm really hard when they hit retail. But again, you're dealing with a Build-A-Figure here that a lot of people probably want because it's a Hulk and it's an Amadeus Cho Hulk, so it's something different. But there are only 3 MCU figures you get here. The other figures in the wave are going to be comic book related. So we are getting our Inhuman here. So we're getting Karnak, which I know some people have already said that he should probably have more Hans with him, and I would probably agree because he's known to be a hand-to-hand fighter, and there's not a lot there. I think it was, might have been Boog Knight put a video up, or somebody did, essentially saying that he should have came with as many hands as Shang-Chi came with. I remember Shang-Chi back then. Now it's Shang-Chi because, movies. So he looks cool. If you're an Inhuman team builder, you're going to need him in your collection. if you are, again, an Inhuman fan. This one catches my eye, Marvel Boy. I like Marvel Boy. He was a pretty critical part back during the Brian Michael Bendis run. He was one of the Dark Avengers at one point. He was heavily involved in Secret Invasion, which, again, is a thing right now with the MCU show coming up. So he's pretty cool. He's one I'll probably consider picking up. You know, my tastes tend to lie more with the comic figures as opposed to the MCU. Those are long game for me most of the time. I don't need another Iron Man, especially Heroes Return Iron Man. The Steve Rogers is cool. I liked this iteration of Steve Rogers. I liked it better when he was the old guy version. I would love to get this and throw the Outback Target exclusive Tiger Force, right, head on this thing, because I think it's going to simulate Steve Rogers as Old Man Steve a lot better, as he was depicted for a while wearing this costume in the Time Runs Out storyline, which was the predecessor to Secret War. So that would be really cool to get that, I think. So again, we'll have to wait and see. Let's see what some of your thoughts are over in the chat. And I'm sorry I'm not showing all of them, everybody. I'm trying to scroll back. I'm spending a lot more time looking at the figures on camera tonight in terms of the news. So I apologize if I'm not getting every comment up there. Greg said that Cho is also a member of the Champions team with Miles and Spidey. Yep, he definitely was. So again, you're building out another team with him. Forther says, Lucas, that's why we did last night. My daughter's favorite is, got some pizza. Nice. I got some pizza too, actually. Little Domino's had a little deal going on. So that was my dinner tonight. Very unhealthy of me. Craig says Novar is for multiple teams. Yeah, I think I know most from probably Dark Avengers. Secret Avengers, I'm not quite sure I remember, but I know he did make the rounds there for a few years. Yojo Jerk says that Karnak looks on the money. Yeah, Karnak looks cool. I think he's probably one of the more anticipated ones in this wave, from what I have seen at least. Four Feathers says that he's a pill pass. Yeah, I don't really pre-order Legends anymore unless it's like an anniversary 2-pack I really, really want, and I'm hoping to get it quick. Sleeping Collectibles in the house. How you doing, sir? Sleeping. I got to talk to you over on Instagram. I have a proposition for you. We gotta talk a little bit here. So we got to talk sidebar. Hope you're doing well, sir. Hope you're doing well, man. We got to talk. I got a proposition for you. A little bit of YouTube talk. Braden says it's dumb that comic figures were pushed aside in this wave. Everyone is reuse. It doesn't bother me too bad. Yeah, I mean, again, like with reuse and things like that, that's how we get such an extensive array and backlog of characters, because they are reusing a lot of pieces. So that's always going to be a thing with Marvel Legends, unfortunately. They put a lot of money, I think, into the 3 Marvels figures as well. The MCU figures obviously do get precedent a lot of times. I'm not saying I agree with that, but I think a lot of the money in these waves, and I'm sure you know this, but the way these waves work, they have X amount of money for the wave that they're willing to invest in it or whatever, right? And they have to basically decide, okay, what's getting new molds, what's getting reuse, and they have to shuffle all that around as well as like the Build-A-Figure expense too. Again, not defending Hasbro for that line of thought. That's just how I understand that they do business. Jesse says, this wave is not my thing. But that Hulk, I want that Hulk. Why is it a BAF? It's a BAF so we buy the other figures, right? That's the main reason. It's a BAF so we buy the figures we don't even want because you want to build the entire thing, right? Greg threw in the comment and also said, Steve's hair feels weird. Let me see if I can zoom in on that a little bit. Hang on. Let me jump back over to the page here. So, yeah, there we go. Yeah, it looks almost like he needs a haircut. It's almost like flattened down, maybe, is the way to put it. That might be because that's the way he was depicted. I do feel like they could have given us, and we're probably going to get it later anyway, a Nick Fury Jr. head with this thing. The Battle Scars storyline where they basically, for the first time, tried to phase out Nick Fury and bring in his son, which essentially was a way to make Nick Fury in the comics look like Nick Fury from the movies, which was handled horribly, but he's still in the Marvel Comics universe, and I like the character. Actually, Fury #1 just came out last week. Very good one-shot that had Nick Fury and his son, but essentially his son did wear this for a while. He looks like Samuel L. Jackson with the eye patch, basically. But he did wear this costume as well, this outfit as well as gear. So including that probably would have been cool to have that in with this as an extra pack in. But yeah, again, overall, the Iron Man, I don't need another Iron Man. I know people collect Iron Man just in general, so I get it. I really get it. But there is the entire wave. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 7-figure wave. I think it was Iron Man that doesn't come with the build-a-figure piece. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong on that. Also, Steve comes with like the translucent energy shield, which is pretty cool. I honestly don't know if we got that before. Again, I think we had a Super Soldier Steve a ways back, probably in a Bucky Cap mold or something. I don't know if that came with it. But again, that's a cool part of the Steve lore, having kind of like that, again, like transparent energy shield. And then again, this wasn't in the thumbnail to discuss, but obviously the 3-pack for Spider-Man is hitting. I believe Dan Hu has a review coming out really soon on that. He did the hands picture. That usually means he's getting closer to having a review up. So it could be up already as of now. I'm not quite sure off the top of my head, so let me know if he did. Four Feathers ads. Disavowed, you got to touch on the new 4 Horsemen pre-order that just came up, and it's badass. I will try to jump over to their website. Give me a second here. Sleeping says, I do like a good proposition. All right, Todd. We'll talk, sir. We'll talk. Let's see what we got going on down here. Jordan says, hello, Sleeping. Buff is at 88, just jumped in. I have my glasses on here. Yep, what's going on? How are you? Thanks for being here in the chat. Marvel Legends are on their last legs, hardly getting any. I'll be on. I don't know if they're on their last legs. I could be wrong. I feel like there's such a devoted fan base to Marvel Legends. I do think that the rumor online that they're going to be cutting back production and it's going to be harder to get them in stores. Like the days of finding them for $7 consistently in the long game might be soon over. Then it'll sway the other way. It's all about trying to get that magic number out there on pegs. So I'm not quite sure. We'll see where that goes. But I think that line is safe. I know I'll always continue to collect it unless I just get out of collecting because I don't want to do it anymore. But they're kind of my bread and butter at this point. So I'm cool with sticking with them. I'm not buying these figs for the bath. I don't blame you. Again, if you wait, people might build this on the cheap and then post the bath online for a good price at either a toy show or something. And obviously we're in toy show season at this point. Not a fan of the shield on Cap. Yeah, it's one of those things that, again, he's had in the past at times. I know he had it in Earth's Mightiest Heroes as well. But again, it's one of those things you throw it in the bin, right? Curtis Langford, what's up? I'm going to use Night Force Ripcord as a pilot for some other vehicles or sell him like the Cobra Commander. Yeah, and that's the other thing with these. If you just want the vehicle, you don't want the figures, you can sell them. I remember how expensive Bastion was going for the Marvel Legends when it came with the Sentinel. I kept mine because I really liked the Operation Zero Tolerance storyline. Please don't shoot me for saying that. But overall, yeah. Jordan says the new Mythic Legions figures look amazing. You know, you said Mythic Legions. I'm surprised that Trevor did just magically show up. He's good at that when he hears Mythic Legions mentioned in the chat. Usually he kind of comes flying in there really quickly into the chat when he senses like a spider tingle, right? All right, so that is all of the Hasbro news that I am at least talking about tonight. What I wanted to do, though, is hop over here and quickly type in the toy show this week. And give me a second here while I try to pull that up. So if you weren't aware, this coming weekend is ToyCon New Jersey. I've never been to this show before. I'm very excited and happy to announce I will be going this time around. Shout out to Art G, who reminded me about it. It worked out that we don't have anything. Usually there's always something going on. You guys know how busy life is. All of us are busy. But it worked out this Saturday. I don't have any plans. There's nothing on the calendar. Sunday is booked up with a birthday party for a buddy of mine. He's turning 40 like me, so welcome to hell, right? So I have to be at that one. But Saturday, we will be traveling to ToyCon New Jersey. If you're planning to go, feel free. Give me a shout. Message me on Instagram if you want to meet up and talk a little bit while we're doing some toy hunts and things. I know a lot of people are going to be at this show. I hear it's an amazing show. It's one of the reasons I didn't go to Philly this past weekend. Excuse me. Art G just put out a video today from his toy hunt at the Philadelphia Fan Expo, I think it's called. It's essentially like the old Wizard World, which I did used to love going to until it became all pops and celebrities. So Art and Dante went to Philly this weekend, said they enjoyed it. But I sat that one out in anticipation of New Jersey coming up. So if you wanted to know, people always ask me hey, when are their toy shows? This Saturday and Sunday, June 10th and 11th. It will be taking place. Early bird hours on Saturday, it usually goes. I think it's $20 at the door to get in. It's in Parsippany, New Jersey. For me, I think it's about an hour and a half to hour and 45-minute drive. It's basically like going to Philly for me. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll definitely be there. Looking forward to checking it out. Let's see here. A lot of talk about the Legions. I'm excited to look that up now. Fantastic Four 2-pack has been showing up at GameStop. Don't tell me that, G-Force. Don't tell me that. I want that, but I don't. I really love Fantastic Four. I'm a big Fantastic Four reader. I've been for years. Love the Hickman run, of course. So I kind of need Val and I kind of need Franklin on my shelf to basically go with that black and blue, more updated look for the team. Jesse asked, am I going to Legions Con? I am planning to. I went last year for the first time and freaking loved it. I know they're upgrading it, making it bigger this year. So I plan to hopefully be there for that one. So as of now, it's a yes, I hope I'm going to be there situation. Also, Joe Fest coming up, obviously. I'm not going that far south. I don't travel well. So driving 2 hours is fine for me. Flying, down to Georgia, not really on my list right now. But again, I can't wait to see the content that people provide from that show, because I know a lot of the Southern collectors will be there. I'm sure Greg Cook will be there. All those guys that make the rounds. Hey, Dan, what's going on? We'll see Dan on Saturday, I believe. Looking forward to seeing you, sir. Jesse said, I met you at the Palmer Toy Show. Maybe I'll run into you at this one. Yeah, Jesse, that'd be great, man. It was great talking to you at that show, sir. Again, I think that was the Facebook conversation, right? Where I didn't get the Facebook message and I felt bad. So, yeah, that'd be cool to run into you again, man. Had a lot of fun talking to you at that show. That was a great show, too. And if you haven't seen everybody, we're talking about the Lehigh Valley Card, Comic, and Toy Show. They announced their next show. I can't think of the dates. Check out vrhobbies.com for the dates. However, Jimmy Hart and J.J. Dillon of WWE wrestling fame and WCW wrestling fame are going to be guests. So I'm pumped for that because love me some Four Horsemen action. Not just the Mythic Legions either. Four Horsemen wrestling. George says, New Jersey. That's right. New Jersey, man. I am looking forward to it. Jesse says, Disavowed, the Legions convert. He has been turned. Yeah, man. I pick and choose. I like it. I like to support it. Lago Figs. What's going on, Lago? Checking in from Lago Land. Lago, I'll see you on Saturday, right, man? Down there. I'll be in your neck of the woods, Lago Land. Greg Selp, I read that one already. I'm sorry. Yo, Joe Jerk says he'll be there. Dude, come over and say hello. You gave me like a drive-by handshake last time. You caught me off guard. Let's have a conversation, man. I don't get to see you often. NJ Tree also added Jordan and Four Feathers in the house. So again, everybody, just a lot going on in the toy world right now. So I wanted to get all that out there to you if I could. No, we're not unboxing or reviewing any figures tonight. That is just basically the rotating base. So I have a little partner on the side of me right there. Oh, and Alf. We didn't talk about Alf. Holy smokes. Okay, so I did want to talk about Alf really quickly. He was in the thumbnail. Let's jump over to the Toy Arc. I know that they usually don't mind having their page being utilized for a live stream. So again, Toy Arc, always updated toy news. Let's see if we can find Alf. Oh, there he is. There's Alf. All right, so as you can see, I already have Alf. This Alf that they came out with, the Ultimate Alf, to me is easily a top 10 overall figure of the year contender. Honestly, it might be top 5 or top 3. I know we got another whole half the year to go. Hard to believe we're already halfway through the year, but I love the one I have. Obviously, I said up for accessory of the year is the cat in the hoagie, right? The cat sandwich. But this thing, they NECA and being smart with accessories and reuse. I want that freaking Cosmic Con badge and the commercial they put out. I know I saw that on Instagram. NECA doing classic old school toy commercials are amazing. I love their toy commercials they post on Instagram. If Randy Falk or anybody who works over there ever happens to hear this, you are doing God's work with those commercials. I freaking love it. But I'm going to have Alf on the screen. I'm sorry. But yeah, this freaking Alf looks ridiculous. Look at that guy. Cosmic Con instead of Comic Con. We get a different shirt as soft goods. We get the Comic Con badge with this thing, which to me is like worth the price of accessories right there. Here are all the accessories he comes with. You get a Cosmic Con bag. You get the giant cell phone. You get an awesome looking Polaroid camera. I guess it's Polaroid. You get a video camera. I mean, I don't like the repurchase figures. It's just the same Alf, I think, with probably less hands, I believe, and different pack and accessories. but the accessories make this. So if you're somebody who did not get the original one, I think you got to grab this if you have the opportunity. Again, if you have the original like me, I might consider grabbing this one as well if I have the opportunity to do so. But it's just so cool, the pack-ins that go along with this. Hey, Chad, what's going on? Sorry for Mr. saying hello, Chad. How are you, buddy? Thanks for being here. Nice to see you in the chat. Jordan says you and NJ Tree should come to Toylanta. Dude, it's on my bucket list. Like, obviously, I went out to Toy Hio right around this time of year last year, actually. I took the 6-hour drive or whatever to Toy Hio. Loved it. Mind was blown the size of that show. Again, driving and flying are two different things to me. But yeah, eventually I do want to get to some of these shows. I've been to New York Comic Con once. It's not that far. I can go back. I want to get to SDCC one day. It's on the bucket list. It's just one of those things that I would love to get to Joe Fest eventually. I would like to obviously eventually get down there as well to that show. It's just a matter of obviously scheduling and then the travel part of it, which, again, I don't like to fly. I'm not pulling punches. I'm not a fan. All right, everybody, we're getting ready to get out of here. We're already almost 45 minutes in. We got AEW on tonight. But before we get out of here, as a reminder, right now in your toy stores, Targets and Walmarts, Walmart is starting to clearance out their stuff finally. I didn't have it in my video. It'll be out probably next week. But I think I posted it on Instagram, Disavowed_12. A lot of clearance stickers and sales stickers in my local Walmart right now. They have the Superstars WWE Ultimate Warrior for like 60% off. They have a bunch of the DC Multiverse figures on clearance. No Marvel Legends clearance yet, but I saw a lot of things on sale and clearance at Walmart. Target Gargoyles are showing up. Broadway and Brooklyn, I think it is, are showing up. I picked up Broadway. I left the other guy for now. Dangerous rabbit hole these gargoyles are. But new figures are hitting your stores. I know Art G gave us a heads up that they're already clearancing the Guardians of the Galaxy wave. I saw, again, that wasn't in a video yet, but it's coming soon. Mantis, Adam Warlock, and Nebula were all on clearance already. So they're already on clearance. $17, $12, you know how it goes. So if you're playing the long game on building Cosmo, start keeping your eyes open. I want Cosmo. I don't want that shelf space occupied with all the Guardians. They look awesome, but I don't have that space for that. So again, deals to be had. Burlington Coat Factory, as I will always call it. There's a Burlington near you. AEW figures showing up for $5.99. 6-pack knickknacks, good friend of the channel. Down when he was outside of Somerset, New Jersey, I believe, found, I think it was the Brian Cage wave there, at Eddie Kingston. I recently found the Best Friends wave and picked up Chris Statlander and the second version of Orange Cassidy for $5.99. So if you're looking for some good deals and new figures, now is the time to check. Check those discount stores. Check your Ollies if you have one. A lot of crazy stuff. The Fortnite boat apparently is showing up. So again, all sorts of crazy stuff hitting those stores. Worth checking out. Hey, Carl. Carl, what's going on, man? How are you, sir? Peace and blessings to you as well, man. All right, everybody. So we're going to get out of here. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching tonight. Tomorrow night, X-Files. We have another special guest who's not been on the show before. We're looking at X-Men Animated Series episode number 6. If you haven't seen that show, it's a lot of fun. We just talk about the episode. We go down some rabbit holes. It's just fun talking about X-Men the Animated Series. That is what really birthed all of us in the geekdom, I feel like. But a lot of fun if you want to check that live stream out tomorrow night as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free for you. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps us tremendous in the march to 5,000 subscribers. Go ahead and hit that bell for notifications. The YouTube actually notifies you and tells you when we post new content on the channel, like our weekly Toy Hunts reviews and live streams. Leave a comment down below. Hit that like button. And for daily toy content and daily toy updates, try checking us out over at Instagram and Twitter at Disavowed_12. Hey, everybody, if you're going toy hunting this week, please try to remember the 3 Ps of the toy hunt. Patience, persistence, but most of all, politeness. Take care, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing all of you at the Pegs and at New Jersey Toy Con this weekend on Saturday. Hit me up and let me know. I'd love to talk to you. All right, everybody, have a great night. Stay out of the smoke if you are on the East Coast. And Canada, much thoughts and prayers to you. Hope everybody's safe up there to get these fires out. Bye, everybody. Have a nice night.